The Biden family cover-up continues. Their criminality knows no bounds. We now have a special counsel that got appointed. Very interesting that the special counsel's the same guy that was the original counsel who wasn't special, but now he's special. So the guy who botched this entire thing, known as David Weiss, who many people think created a corrupt sham plea deal, is now going to be in charge of a more serious investigation or something? That's weird, because they told us this was all done when we were going to have the plea deal that was rejected by Judge Norica in Delaware. But now that they've made this announcement, people are crossing the aisles and joining in unity, coming to the same conclusion that this whole thing might even be illegal. Why? Because David Weiss is a U.S. attorney. And unless David Weiss submitted his resignation, or we have something happening behind the scenes where that happened and then Merrick Garland made an appointment, the special counsel is coming from within the government and is not special at all, is just carrying on his additional previous investigation. So somebody we check in with often here, because he is highly involved in being a commentator on MSNBC and elsewhere when talking about the Trump prosecution, is Andrew Weissman. He posted this. He said, a special counsel is supposed to be outside the government. Hello. Like when they brought Jack Smith in from The Hague. International prosecutor. Oh, look at purple outfit. They brought him in. He wasn't already investigating Donald Trump and then they appointed him. It's supposed to come from outside the government. So Andrew says, how is this consistent with the special counsel regulation? Weiss already messed up the Hunter plea deal. Greenest to a fate the well. Now this. Gosh. I was saying, yeah. It felt very strange because nobody has any faith in David Weiss. Whistleblowers came out and said that he was corrupted. So now you're just what? Giving him special counsel status so that he is immunized from testifying in Congress so that they can say, no, we need a couple more years to investigate Hunter so that it is pushed out beyond the election. Well, you saw that Andrew Weissman referenced this CFR, Code of Federal Regulations, which is not a statute, but it is a regulation that interprets statute. And it says here, 600.3, an individual named as special counsel shall be a lawyer with a reputation for integrity. Does David Weiss have that reputation after what we saw with this plea deal? Are you serious? The judge said, I've never seen anything like it. The defense and the government agreed there was no precedent for this at all. The U.S. prosecutors, have you ever done anything like this before in any other case in the history of America? No. Oh, why? Well, because it's Hunter Biden, the president's son. So there is no reputation for integrity, so that's gone. With the appropriate experience to ensure the investigation will be conducted ably, failed on that one, expeditiously, failed, it's been going on for years, and statute of limitations have already expired, and thoroughly, and that these investigative and prosecutorial decisions will be supported by an informed understanding of the law. The special counsel shall be selected from outside the United States government. Special counsels shall agree that their responsibilities as special counsel shall take first precedent. It's very curious because it says that right there. Shall be selected from outside the government. Not just kind of nestled in this force field of special counsel status to immunize you from having to respond to questions or inquiries. But that is what the law says. And McCarthy, also somebody who is an ex-prosecutor, just like Weissman, is making the same point. We have unity across the legal spheres.
The same question. Now that we have this special counsel probe ongoing, how is that going to intersect or impact the separate but ongoing congressional investigation into Hunter Biden?
Jillian, this is a sham. There is no special counsel investigation and there is no Biden investigation. The special counsel regulations, what makes a special counsel special is that you're a lawyer who's brought in from outside the United States government, not just outside the Justice Department, outside the government. This U.S. attorney is being appointed notwithstanding that he is an attorney who's a top official in the Biden Justice Department, and Garland made clear is going to remain a top official in the Biden Justice Department. This is the Biden Justice Department's vehicle for maintaining control of an investigation that they are not pursuing. They've had the case for 5 years. They've never indicted it. They're strategically allowing the statute of limitations to run to the point that the 2014 and 2015 conduct, which covers most of the $21 million that the congressional investigation report showed this week, that's already time barred. And it's time barred because David Weiss himself decided to let those charges die rather than bring an indictment. They're not doing anything that you would do if there was an actual investigation, and he can't be a special counsel because he's inside the government, and the point of having a special counsel is to bring in someone from outside the government who we can trust to do a credible...
They just do whatever they want. The rules say what the rules say. We already know that David Weiss apparently had all the power that he needed. He didn't even really need special counsel status because he could already make decisions as to where to bring the case, whether in DC or in California. But now he's got special counsel status and they need more time now. It's all corrupt. It's just, as McCarthy said, it is to control this case, to keep power over it, to stop the inquiries. Oversight Committee, though, is not going to stop the inquiries. Here's what they said. The DOJ is attempting a Biden family cover cover-up. Moments ago, AG Garland announced he's designating U.S. Attorney for Delaware David Weiss, the same guy who's already been on the case, as special counsel for the Biden criminal investigation. They say this is part of the DOJ's efforts to attempt a Biden family cover-up in light of our committee's mounting evidence of Joe Biden's role in his family's schemes of selling, quote, the brand for millions to foreign nationals. The DOJ's misconduct and politicization in the Biden criminal investigation already allowed the statute of limitations to run with respect to the egregious felonies committed by Hunter. Justice Department officials refused to follow evidence that could have led to Joe Biden, tipped off the Biden transition team and Hunter Biden's lawyers about planned interviews and searches, and attempted to sneakily place Hunter Biden on the path to a sweetheart plea deal. That's David Weiss. That's Merrick Garland. Let's be clear what today's move is really about, says Oversight. The Biden Justice Department is trying to stonewall congressional oversight. As we have presented evidence to the American people about the Biden family's corruption, our committee will continue to follow the Biden's family money trail and interview witnesses to determine whether foreign actors targeted the Bidens, President Biden is compromised and corrupt, and our national security is threatened. We will continue to work with the House committees on Judiciary and Ways and Means to root out misconduct at the DOJ and hold bad actors accountable for weaponizing law enforcement powers. All right, so we'll see. Now, I think it's about time for impeachments to start flying. We'll see what happens. We've got a statement from Donald Trump and his campaign. They said the following: crooked Joe Biden and the entire Biden crime family have been protected by the Justice Department for decades, even though there is overwhelming evidence and credible testimony detailing their wrongdoing of lying to the American people and selling out the country to foreign enemies for the Biden cartel's own financial gain. If this special counsel is truly independent, says Trump, even though he failed to bring proper charges after a 4-year investigation, and he appears to be trying to move the case to a more Democrat-friendly venue, he will quickly conclude that Joe Biden, his troubled son Hunter, and their enablers, including the media, which colluded with the 51 intelligence officials who knowingly misled the public about Hunter's laptop, should face the required consequences. Yeah, if David Weiss is not a corrupt partisan hack, he'll clearly see how obvious this is. Statement from Trump's spokesman. So kind of digging in there a little bit. And we also have reaction from some other candidates. Now we've got Nikki Haley, who gets asked about this. And then Mike Pence gives us the lowest common denominator response that you could possibly imagine. Exactly what you'd expect. Here's Nikki.
Pence, Chuck Grassley there at the State Fair, reacting to the news. How are you responding?
I don't trust it. I don't think the American people trust it. I don't think that the American people trust the Department of Justice or anything this is going to do. I think that this was meant to be a distraction. It's not a distraction. I think the Bidens are on a sinking ship. And I think this is our opportunity to make sure not only that we get a new president in the White House, but that we go and we clean house in the Department of Justice while we're at it.
All right, so Biden's on a sinking ship, clean house at the DOJ. All right, sounds, about what you'd expect. Here's one from Mike Pence, though. Now, when we were going through this, our reaction this morning on our members only stream, we watched Merrick Garland come out. It was live in real time. I was basically outraged from the moment he said special counsel for Hunter Biden. And we knew that it was all because this was a cover-up, right? A corrupt envelope that's going to protect this investigation. So we're kind of outraged about it because we know exactly what they're doing. Now, I don't think it's going to deviate the Republicans from doing what the Republicans are doing, but it is about as corrupt as you could possibly get. Now, this is an interview from the guys over at Ruthless on the Ruthless podcast, which if you're not already checking out, you certainly should. And they were over at the Iowa Fair and they caught up with Mike Pence and they had this question.
So, breaking news today, the announcement from Attorney General Merrick Garland that they're going to be having a special prosecutor to investigate the Hunter Biden situation. What's your reaction to that?
Josh, I would just say it's about time.
There you go.
I mean, look, all the allegations that are swirling around the Biden family need to be answered, and it's exactly what a special counsel is for, and I welcome the appointment of the special counsel. I know leaders in Congress called for it, and I heartily support it. Look, the American people have lost confidence in equal treatment under the law in this country.
Yeah, that's true.
And ensuring that we know what happened. During the time that Joe Biden was vice president, his son was on the board of foreign corporations. We need to understand what was going on with that. And my hope and my prayer is that this special counsel will put their head down and take some step toward restoring public confidence. And
My hope is that the special counsel is going to take some steps to restore confidence in this process. Does he know what actually happened? That the special counsel's the same guy that has already rigged this whole thing from the beginning? Did anybody tell him that? Is he paying attention to this? Or was he just like, I know what special counsel means. That's a good thing. Oh gosh. Okay. So he's very thrilled. He says it's about time. Yeah. Well, it's about time they did it now intentionally. Would have been nice when he started, when Joe Biden came into office, but they kept David Weiss for a reason. That's when the conflict started. When Joe Biden came into office, not now. Now they appointed it because they got busted, baby. They were going to try to squeeze this whole thing through, grant Hunter Biden total immunity, and sneak this whole thing under the rug. Now it is coming to light.
I was not surprised, but I was not nearly as delighted as I would have been 2 years ago when many of us were calling for this appointment. They waited for the appointment of a special counsel after the statute of limitations has run on critical crimes like the tax violations in 2014, 2015. They waited until Weiss himself was accused of slowing or suppressing effort. At least the whistleblower suggested that he was not able to pursue cases and didn't aggressively push back on that.
Right, but then Mike Pence is like, no, but we'll give him some more time. It sounds like he's a great potential investigator. I can't wait to get to the bottom of this. Gosh. All right, so that is the cover-up well underway. I'm sure that they're going to now refer everything over to special counsel's office. Hey, Kareem, we got questions about this. Hey, Joe, we got questions about... Oh, no, we can't talk about it. Oh, no, we appointed an independent special counsel, and the special counsel was appointed by Trump, by the way. Get ready for that phrase ad nauseum. Not gonna stop because there is a massive cover-up underway.